这关就不好，咱们就不好。这个，这个路里边没得呢。
那不得人家干不了的了。
Okay.
I'm going to give my God had a meet.
It's a little killing and that come and bend. Maybe I got to go and go. Okay. That be yeah, okay, down to yeah about us. Yeah, down to us. Wow. You go back on ah, go go. Who never go but doing that? Ghana. Yeah, sure now. Ghana.
Let my PG.
Yeah. Nah, what about the mask? What about the mask?
Yes.
I sure.
Okay, I don't okay.
Anambra, okay. I had to create you. That's it. Wow. Yeah, I'm about to go at us.
Obodo dike.
No, sure.
My people is working.
No, population no well.
Yes.
I wouldn't reach 5,000.
We are more than 5,000.
Okay, more than 5,000.
More than 5,000.
I'll go think I
am going almost for something pure water. Then we really prepare for other things. To make sure we boost our place.
Men are good to go.
Yeah, I would say hiding place.
No more hiding place.
But the whenever no one here, they can come on the way.
No.
That last thing say had us a field garden nature. They are losing it.
Okay.
So no hiding place for any vagabond.
No more hiding place for criminals.
It's not kind of making a platform. Maybe I should just a way born. No kind of.
So, the height of the criminality of the unknown gunmen, which was started by the hopeless Uzodingba's illegitimate government in Imo State. Orsu community, so many communities like that came under the attack of the Nigerian army. And then when they withdrew from the areas, the supposed unknown gunmen, the local terrorists, also took charge, using some of these communities as their hideouts. And that led to a lot of people to abandon these communities. You can see that, it was like people just returning back after probably a war. It wasn't like a war. It was the terrorists and different criminals taking over their communities. So they took it upon themselves, formed their own different groups, combing the forest, one village after the other. Okay, and you can tell as well that the government presence in that area is totally like zero. They were left and abandoned to their own fate. Just like Nigeria was like, you know what? Let them kill themselves and do that, really what we wish we could actually erase them anyway, but since we can't, then let them. So the security of the lives and properties of the people of Eastern Nigeria is not really a priority of the supposed same Nigeria. And then the criminal, who is the Owerri governor, the old places of Dingba, just opened the door for all kinds of terrorism that's eventually taking place in the eastern part of Nigeria. So people are tired, they are done. And right now, they formed a very stronger bond to go after these terrorists, locals or foreign, hibernating in their communities. So that is from that. And here is another one from Kemi Badenoch, the lady that has become the talking point for those emergency lovers of Nigeria, the Ronukus, who are expecting her to do a free PR for them in that contraption. They wanted her to be saying that maybe Nigeria was a great place, or Nigeria will be a great place, and all that nonsense that they tell themselves, the lies that they love to repeat all the time. She dropped something so similar to, which is her personal experience, as she kept saying. She's always right by them.
I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Roxy. Lagos was a place where almost everything seemed broken. I grew up under a military dictatorship, and I would never have believed that 40 years later, I would be standing here as the leader of the world's most successful political party in the history of Western democracy. I was lucky in my experiences. I was born to a relatively wealthy family and had a decent education, but I also know what it is like to be poor. I watched my family become poor as their wealth, income, and savings were inflated away by destructive government policies. But they didn't call it socialism, but it definitely was. Capital controls, no freedom of movement, government owning the means of production. And there was no freedom either. The government decided which school your child went to, it decided which businesses could or could not operate, all the way to arrests with no trial and state-sanctioned murder. So I know what freedom looks like. It's what I had in the UK. I know the values that can make citizens wealthier and happier, and how without them, they become engines of misery and despair. Classic liberal values, not left-wing liberalism, but classic liberalism of free markets, free speech, free enterprise, freedom of religion, the presumption of innocence and trusted institutions within the rule of law, and equality under the law, no matter who you are or where you come from. All of those things were missing when I was growing up as a child. So I know their value, and I know that in the West, we may be losing what made our countries great. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Roxy. Lagos was a place where almost everything seemed broken.
What shall I say unto the Lord? Yes, Lord. All I have to say, thank you, Lord. What shall I say? Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Kemo. She's dropping it. She just drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. You're talking about Lagos. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Oh, you're talking about Nigeria. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Do you want to talk about the policemen? Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. She is dropping it as, hot. And there is more from where that came from. I have to tell you that. He's so right, and she can only speak from our experience, which in all honesty, they are all true. So those of you who want them to, people to do free PR for the contraption, you probably, you have somehow like backing a wrong tree. You are backing a wrong tree. Indeed, Lagos is a place where not everything is almost broken. Everything is broken. It is the mega city of Nigeria. before Tifnumbu and his gang of thieves, Lagos used to have public water. I'm telling you, you have this Iju water work. Was I in Agege? We have our own water work in the Lupeju. We have water, public water inside our houses. Tap, we be saying no borehole until this Olori Blukus. They started to turn the Lagos to mega shitty as it has become. And indeed, a lot of people have lost their own wealth. You have no idea what inflation does to people, or what it has done to a lot of people. We've had some of you who, some people will tell you their stories that their parents were supposed to be what did they call this thing again? You have middle class. You know, there were people that grew up as middle class. When you are a school teacher, when you have parents who were school teachers, they were middle class. When you have people, they are like middle class, are not like rich people, but they had stable income, stable source of income, and they were able to build sustainable wealth for some time until Nigeria happened to them, and all of this money, all this wealth lost. Some of them ended up as, you know, if people tell you their personal stories, how their parents lost all they had, and they had to kind of like suffer before they get to wherever they are in life. They were not supposed to, but Nigeria happened to them. So Kemi is saying it to a place where lunatics are given guns. You don't see where police officers don't arrest dog before. I've seen them arrest a dog owner. I just haven't seen them arrested a dog until I saw this.
You bad person, you know bad person. I just buy a nana for Amazon. I just buy a nana. Dog the bad person, but this dog never bad person.
Dog they get license. If you don't get license,
okay, you go carry and go your office. I go come your office. I know your office. I go come your office. You go carry and go office. I go carry and go come your office.
Boss, with the dog, we go station.
Okay, you carry and go office. Me, I go come office.
In the claim right. Now the truth now they tell them dog they get permit. You understand? If you not get them out, this dog is under arrest. I can arrest this dog to station. But you are claiming that the police are going to say no go carry this.
Now the dog got us. The dog got us.
And see, when you come out, you understand? Maybe when you join police, that time you will know that you have power to arrest.
Officer, I'm the 100 naira, you know, because you know. I will sound them.
See, as everybody was laughing. Everyone is laughing there. But he's not interested in arresting the dog. He just wants the guy. If you remember, I mean, did you see how he's like watching the guy recording the video? He's looking up and looking at the phone and the camera like, he's not interested in the dog. He wants the guy, the owner of the dog, to give him something. Even if it's 500 naira. Just give him something and he will let you go. Said you have to have a dog permit. Look, you know. He said dog permit. You have to have dog permit. If they show him dog permit or show him dog documents, do you think he will be able to read it? He's not interested in the dog. He's interested in the dog owner. Because the dog owner is not cooperating. He's like, okay, arrest the dog. He said, I will arrest your dog. I'll take this dog to a police station because you will need to come and bail your dog. And the dog is lost. The dog was like, the dog is completely kind of like befuddled. It was like, you know, if I was the dog too, I would be like, please don't let him take me. You know, it's unreal. Nigeria is, you know, it's an unreal place, man. If you have an encounter with the policemen in Nigeria, Baba, you go be like, say, this is like a dream. Is this even happening? You will see illiterate with guns, some of them drunkards. And they are just there like, you know, pretty much like they are bored or something, I don't know. And they all act the same. Whether you meet a police and okay, here is another one. Usually people say that this is only paramount in the southern part of Nigeria. Now, if you go to the northern part of Nigeria, you barely see police officer engaging the people or doing this stop and search something. They barely. I mean, I don't know. They said that because in that place, people, they quick vex. It's nothing now. Once they come back and they say, you know, if you go do stop and search, and there's somebody, one of them says that you have thrown their Quran, they don't care if you carry gun or you be police officer. So you get, once they mobilize and come back, Baba, and that is why it is like a two-world in that country. The experience of the Southerners when it comes to oppression, suppression, police brutality is pretty much like non-existent in northern part of Nigeria. They will just be looking at you, what are you talking about? The policemen, no, we don't have that, no. How can police officer be, no, they don't do that with us here. To the point that they said that the northern part of Nigeria, especially the Sharia North, is a place where, as some of you are paying through your noses to bring in, to pay for custom duties, to bring in cars into Nigeria, to the southern part of Nigeria. In northern part of Nigeria, Baba, they drive the cars, enter from Niger, from all these places. They drive them, enter Nigeria. Some of them don't even get plate number. And they are driving their cars, no paper, no nothing. In Sharia North, they drive their car, and who go stop them? Who won't check the papers? True story. It's a case of two countries, man. I'm like, you know. But yeah, talking about northern Nigeria, okay. Niger Republic, there's a region called Doso, in Doso region in the Niger Republic. It is oil-rich region, okay. So earlier today, there's this massive smoke that was caused by the vandals who vandalized the pipeline, the crude oil pipeline in that axis. And I think it's called the area is, they said, is between Lido and Karakara, okay, in the Doso region of Niger Republic, where vandals vandalized the pipeline that is carrying crude oil, whether to steal the crude oil or just to cause a act of a sabotage, okay, and set it ablaze. Somebody shared this clip from that axis from Niger Republic.
Sale ga diba na ga kana son sona kamar bakin maiwa kamar bakin to abin godin nan na fa Sige a hidda bakin mai, a hidda essence, a hidda gasoil, a hidda petrol. Wuta ba ta cin shi kawai wane wuta nan.
And you know something about crude oil burning? Apart from the fact that it is going to cause serious environmental damages to the soil, to the area, and all of that, it can burn for the next 1 month. Just like that, keep burning. Like the gas flaring in the Niger Delta part of Nigeria. If you know the amount of gas that is being released, burning, has been burning for more than 50 years now in Niger Delta part of Nigeria, wasting like that. And it's going to be like that as long as the owners of Nigeria are not interested in developing your critical oil and gas sector, but rather remain rent-seeking, rent-taking lunatics who are just interested in the money they are going to get paid. Everything else, the environmental, they don't care. And you know something? Every time I remember that Niger Republic is oil-producing country, they have their own crude oil as well. That kind of gave me a bit of conviction to some level that there is crude oil in northern Nigeria. It is the laziness of those who claim to be the political leaders of that place, right, that has left them totally, dependent on Nigeria. And that is why when the people of the Middle Belt, who are now saying that they are not northerners, okay, they said, if we want to be very clear, they are telling you that northern Nigeria is the biggest part of Nigeria, a place where the Sharia North always claim, when it is politically convenient for them, they always claim that they will be the one to decide who becomes what in Nigeria in general. This is a myth that after the Boko Haram's tenure, it has become known that the northern Nigeria, the Sharia North, is actually the smallest part of Nigeria. Not the smallest, okay? You get what I mean? Like, the Middle Belt part of Nigeria is the biggest part of Nigeria. And this is a place that Uthman Danfodio, you see this one, they said up north, right? See, that place is the Sharia North, where Uthman Danfodio was able to kill all the Hausa kings, Hausa leaders, to impose their Sharia, Fulani Sharia on them, okay? But the moment he got to that lighter green part, that Middle Belt, Baba, Uthman Danfodio Danunio. Around that time, Nabu and Naro, as well as whatever, there was no real gun then. You understand? So the people of the Middle Belt are now saying that, listen, in that middle part of this map, where that is called the Middle Belt part of Nigeria, there you have the people of Nupe, the Gbagi people, the Egon people, the Berom people, the TV, the Galas, the Jokuns, the Magis, the Zulus. These are the owners of this Middle Belt. Okay, they are not Hausa, they are not Fulani, they are not Sharia North. And right now they are spreading the word to say, we are not northern Nigeria. So you get that now? So in a clearer image, all right? Because what happened is that a lot of the time, when it is politically convenient, just like one caller who called in yesterday, Jerry, asked about the Midwestern region and all that, okay? You see, this Middle Belt part of Nigeria was never at any time part of northern Nigeria. Administratively, right? They even had their own political party. That was never the same with this northern Nigeria that was supposed to be Hausa North, but the Fulanis continue to kind of claim the leadership control of that area. It's not as if to say they have overpopulated. I mean, they are like more than the Hausas. The Hausas still hold the major population of this northern Nigeria, but the Fulanis, who are mostly the Satan of Sokoto, for example, some of their emirs and the rest, right? They are mostly Fulanis. So therefore, that gave them, it's like the minority ruling over the majority. But these communities have the real owners, okay? See, look at this one. You see Gbagi, you have the Dibo, the Bari, the Eloyi, the Alago, the TVs, the Jokuns, the Berums, the Kambari, look at the map, right? You can see. So this now, people are now kind of like, you know what? If the older generation that continue to live off the